What you can see here is an AI-generated picture showing the future of our junkyards. It's showing a lot of electronic waste, and especially in the middle, the battery of an electric vehicle. To put this problem into numbers, I want to show you these two graphs. They basically are two different scenarios showing how many electric vehicles are going to be taken out of service in Europe during the next couple of years. And we can see that it increases quite heavily, and it gets even more problematic during time. But not all of these batteries are completely useless. So we might not be able to use them in mobile applications anymore, but they have still a high enough capacity to be used in local applications like energy storage for homes or industries. Therefore, I want to introduce you to Econ, a company that is going to repurpose these batteries and use them as storage for households. So first, let me introduce you to the team. It consists of Bart as our CEO, Anton, Alessandro, and me, Jonas. So what's the business opportunity? Why do we actually need energy storage? So one of the main reasons is the integration of renewable energies. We all know that solar and wind energy is not available during the whole day. So we need to store the energy that they produce during the day and use them during the night or evening hours. Then energy storage can also help us to manage our peak loads, which means that we are basically able to reduce the costly updates for our grid and therefore reduce costs. Further, they can also help to stabilize the grid in general. So by quickly responding to supply and demand fluctuations, they can reduce the risks of blackouts. To put these benefits into numbers, we can see that the market value of battery storage is going to increase quite heavily during the next couple of years. So in the year of 2020, it was about 9.2 billion and is going to increase up to 60 billion by the year of 2030. This means our total addressable market is or was 9.2 billion in the year of 2020. And as we want to tackle the European market first, our SAM is about 2 billion or was about 2 billion in the year of 2020. Now I'm going to hand over to Ale, who he's introducing to the product and why repurposing is a good choice.
Because there is such a high demand for battery storage systems, the extraction of raw materials and manufacturing will represent a huge impact on the environment. And so does the assembly process of the battery. Within the life cycle of the battery itself, then it gets used for its intended purpose, and then it reaches its end of life. This end of life just refers to the fact that the battery is no longer able to serve its initial purpose within the desired performance. However, it still has capacity left, and so we at Econ aim to create a link to close this circuit by repurposing the battery for a second use that is different from its original one. The solution we propose is to repurpose these batteries and sell them for a lower price than the new ones for residential energy storage, as the batteries are still able to serve this purpose. The benefits of this practice is to have reduced resource waste by introducing the circularity of resources, along with a reduced cost for the systems, and the reduced manufacturing and energy environmental impact. To reach this goal, we will collect batteries from the suppliers and our partners, whether they are the manufacturers of the actual electric vehicles and the micromobility vehicles, or the users of such vehicles. And then we will take the batteries, test them to check they're not damaged, and rearrange them in new battery packs, repurposing them for their new use as energy storage systems. So the product we at Econ will offer to a customer is a sustainable home battery that has initially a capacity of 15 kilowatt hours. It will be offered as a subscription, therefore a recurring fee, with a one-time installation fee. And because we are providing it as a storage service, not just a battery, we are guaranteeing the performance and there's no maintenance fee. The batteries are continuously monitored, and we will replace the units in case there's a malfunction or a lower performance than expected. It's all part of the subscription with no additional costs. To hear all about our roadmap, here's Bart.
So yeah, well, let's have a look at the first 2 years of Econ on the timeline. Initially, there will be 3 more months of research because we have to investigate further the safety and quality to get the best service contracts according to the regulations. Also, we have to investigate further the customers and the competitors because we want to create a competitive price strategy that is also attractive for our customers. And we also want to rent and prepare an assembly lab because in the next phase, we are going to realize in the next 6 months the first prototype. This should also be connected to the user interface. So we have to assemble the whole thing in this 6 months that follow up on the first stage. In this time, it's also the first big investment round because here also big deals have to be closed with suppliers, logistics and installation, but also with testing facilities that we are all going to outsource in the first phase of the company. And lastly, we have to build up our branding because we want to launch a product soon after this. And that's done in the third phase. It's the last phase of the first year. Here we are going to launch only the hardware, so it's only the repurposed battery system without the software that optimizes the charging strategy. This we do separately because then we can spread out the risk of potential troubles with installations. Of course, we don't assume troubles, but it's better if we separate the hardware and the software so that we can focus on solving the initial problems that come with the first installations so that we can provide the most optimal maintenance service if possible. And lastly, we are going to finalize the software in this stage because we still have some time left to improve it. And yeah, we also tune the marketing strategy according to what works in reality. Then the second launch comes in the next 6 months. We are also going to implement software. Here we are going to launch the whole product. So this is going to be where the customer is also available to optimize his smart charging in his home. And further, besides this, we going to keep optimizing this product as well. And we are going to keep track of what's going on because there might be some opportunities to expand further. That's what we want to do in the last phase of the 2 years. If there's any new opportunities, we would like to explore them and create new segments. But also we are open to scale this business further with the existing production we have. And for that, we would also potentially need a second investment round. So that's the last part of the roadmap. Then how do we get money? So this is where you can see how we are going to create revenues. There's only one time an installation fee you pay at the beginning, 1,500 euros one time. But this means we will do everything. You only have to open up the door for us and we will do the whole installation of the product. So you can just order it and it will work after the installation. After that, you only pay 110 euro monthly subscription fee. With this subscription fee, we cover also all the maintenance and all the potential failure. So there's no risk of your second-hand battery that if it ain't working, we will solve every problem that you might have. So that means you have also no risk for yourselves. With these revenues, we hope to have 35 subscribers by the end of year 1, which will mean that we have a revenue of 62K after the first year. So this is mostly based on installation fees that we mostly have in the beginning. But you can also see that the subscription fees slightly add up to almost 5,000 per month on revenues. But then more in the second year, we are going to expand further. You can see that the subscribers here in total go up to almost 400, 385 to be specific. This gives higher revenues. So here in the end, our monthly subscription fees are almost 50,000 already, while the installation fees are also still having a big share because we have a lot of new subscribers according to this plan. And that will give a total of more than 500,000 of revenue for the company after 2 years already. So now Anton is going to explain how the financing of this is all done.
Coming to the cost structure, on the left we see the CapEx or the capital expenditures, and on the right we have the operational expenditures or OpEx. The CapEx here represents the investments that Econ will make during the first 2 years of operation. So first, there will be €100,000 investment in setting up the facilities, which means buying all the necessary testing equipment, the manufacturing equipment, and the other lab equipment. This is followed by a €20,000 investment in the expansion phase when we increase the output of our product in the second phase. Going to the operational expenditures on the right, we see that the salaries represent the highest part of the operational expenditures. At this point, during the first 2 years of operation, there will be only one hire towards the end of an extra technician to help with the assembly of the products. Other than that, the only staff will be the 4 founders. Us will get a salary of €20,000 per year for the first 2 years. It's worth mentioning that the operational expenditures vary over the course of the 2 years, and this represents a typical month towards the end of the 2-year period. Moving forward to the product, for assembling the battery energy storage system, the installation cost and the cost of acquiring the end-of-life battery represent the highest shares of the total product cost for us. This is followed by the testing and repurposing of the actual product and also the additional equipment needed. Moving on to the financial plan, here we see in dark blue the total cash flow from each month, and in light blue the accumulated cash flow. So as can be seen clearly here, the first raising of capital will be from friends, family, and also fools in the starting of the business on January 2024. This will be an investment of €150,000. This is also when we make the investment of €100,000 in setting up facilities. This is then followed by an initial seed round of €200,000 to set up the actual when we start outputting the product in June 2024. Following that, we will conduct a Series A investment round of €50,000 to enable our expansion phase in spring of 2025, when we will increase the output of the battery energy storage system, and we will also finance the expansion using this money. All in all, we will reach break-even towards the end of the second year. According to this model, we expect it to be in November 2025, and this will have resulted in a total funding of €250,000.